Hello from Hamburg. We think you know these buildings. We think you know the neighborhood here from your visits to the Aircraft Interiors Expo. It's the Messehallen, our expo fair here in the city, playing again an important role this year as the official COVID-19 vaccination center of Hamburg State and the largest vaccination center in all of Germany. Things change, but many topics stay. Welcome to the official Crystal Cabin Award ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lukas Kästner, new president of the Crystal Cabin Awards Association. And normally, we also meet and we also award these shining trophies here for excellence in aircraft interior innovation during the big Hamburg show, together with a formal dinner in a festive atmosphere. But until we meet again in person, the show still goes on, and this is why we have set up shop in our lovely television studio once again to crown the Crystal Cabin Award winners of 2021. How to develop passenger experience as we enter the new normal of air travel. This question is an important discussion, not only for our industry, and this is why we are glad to contribute to this topic with our project. The Crystal Cabin Award is a global initiative that is managed by the Hamburg Aviation Cluster Network, but is made possible solely through the engagement of our many sponsors. And this is why, first of all, we would like to take the time here today and say thank you to the many friends and supporters of this project who make this leading award in the aviation industry a reality. So this is our platinum sponsor, Etihad Aviation Group, and our gold sponsors, Airbus, Avic Cabin Systems, the Boeing Company, Collins Aerospace, and Deal Aviation. Our silver sponsors, Ameco, ATR, Jetliner Cabins, Simona Boltaron, and TSI Seats, and our Crystal Cabin show partner, Aircraft Interiors Expo. A big thank you to everyone.
Welcome everyone, also from my side, to the Crystal Cabin Awards 2021 special edition. Before we start diving into an hour of industry insights, greetings by our prestigious members of the judging panel and sponsors from around the globe, I'd like to give you a short safety briefing. First, I'd kindly ask you to bring your seats and table trays in the upright position for our keynote panel with insights from 3 industry experts. We will continue then with our first category, Clean and Safe Air Travel, followed by the Judges' Choice Award. Speaking of our judges, I am happy to introduce the first group to you now. Our thanks go out to Wally Adepoju, entrepreneur and business consultant, Vern Elk, independent consultant in Aircraft Interiors Project, Management, Peter Bishop, managing director, Bishop Aeronautical Engineers, Peter Cook, design manager, Aircraft Cabins, British Airways, Paul Estope, Senior Director and Head of Product Management, Lufthansa Group, Dr. Holger Friemelt, Head of the Institute of Aviation at the University of Applied Sciences Joanneum in Graz, Marisa Garcia, founder of FlightChick, Adam Gavin, editor at Aircraft Interiors International magazine, Professor Werner Granzeyer, Professor Emeritus of the Hamburg University of Applied Sciences, and Marcio Faras-Gobato, Interiors and Cabin Systems Engineer at Embraer. Thank you. As always, you are more than welcome to include the hashtag CCA21 in your tweets. And now, thanks again for choosing us today. Sit back and enjoy the ceremony.
It's a special season for the Crystal Cabin Awards, but also for the passenger experience segment. And we already had a keynote panel during the last Crystal Cabin Awards ceremony discussing how the global pandemic had impacted the business in the aircraft interiors segment. Today, we want to look ahead again a little and look at how air travel might evolve in the next years and how the recovery of aviation might change cabin layouts. This topic is, in fact, the very core of what the Crystal Cabin Awards discuss, so I'm happy to announce that for this topic we put together the first ever keynote panel only with experts from our judging panel. Joining us for the discussion today are Bridget Sheriff from Collins Aerospace, Professor Peter Fink from the Technical University of Delft, and Ingo Vugitzer from Airbus. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining again, guys. Bridget, I'll start with you. Since Collins Aerospace is one of the world's most important players for aircraft interiors, your company is capable of delivering anything basically from the super first class to basic economy. And what are some of the discussions you have had with customers in the last 1.5 years? Where do you think we will see changes in the cabin post-pandemic?
Thank you. I think as everybody in the world has been learning quickly and adapting, those are exactly the customer conversations that we have as well. How do we work together, maybe in different ways, maybe use our expertise and leverage expertise of others in even different industries to figure out how to recover from this very difficult situation that we've all been through in this industry, and then adapt. I think that there's an expectation of a new normal from our passengers for cleanliness and as well as service, and then some expectation for some personal space as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops into new cabin opportunities into the future. But I think the biggest thing that I would say over the past 1.5 years, our conversations with all of our customers are about how do we collaborate better to get our industry back to where it needs to be, and how do we adapt to new expectations and new challenges in this world.
And also maybe how to adapt to new products. Ingo, you're from Airbus, which is the home of the A320 family, and you will soon start to deliver the A321XLR, which is a single-aisle aircraft to fly long haul. Until recently, long-haul passenger experience has been very much connected to the wide-body segment, and this is probably going to change with your new aircraft coming in. How do you think will this new single-aisle aircraft influence the passenger experience? I mean, can you really put first business, premium economy, and economy class all in that body, or will we see things shift elsewhere?
Hi, Lucas. Welcome first, and thanks for the question. Actually, I think there is not a lot that will be changed because the experience will stay the same. As we introduced, in 2016 already the airspace cabin brands for 330 and 350, which we have now 70 customers and about 170 million passengers already experienced it. And we introduced now, just a couple of weeks ago, the airspace cabin brand also for single aisle. That means we have a consistent experience based on a consistent DNA of the cabin with a welcome hero LED lighting. We have the quietest aircraft cabins in single aisle as well. We have leading comfort with the widest cross section in a 320 family, widest seats, lay flat seats, and definitely first customer we delivered the airspace to was a 3-class configuration, also holding XL bins and an award-winning design. So overall, we have the same experience as in a wide body. And this package overall, I think, will enable our 320 XLR to really open new opportunities, new routes, a new network. And JetBlue was doing the introduction of the airspace single aisle with an LR, flying already from New York to London and delivering a great experience to the passengers. I think it's just an extension of what passengers know from a wide body experience now to single aisle, opening new routes that could be, direct routes, decentral connections, offering a lot of opportunities for our customers with this new product that we introduced.
Thanks, Ingo. And you're right, the LR airspace cabin is already flying today. You mentioned that JetBlue has already started flying transatlantic between New York and London. Looking further into the future, Peter, you are not only a member of the judging panel, but you are also a professor from the Delft University of Technology, a school where many entries from the student side have been coming from in the past years for the Crystal Cabinet Award. And as a university, you can be more creative with the concept you design, but nevertheless, even at the awards, we have seen some very creative designs in the past years. Especially this year, we have two very creative finalists from Toyota Bushuko, so I think, and with a bunk bin, with a mixed zone cabin. So I was wondering, where do you think, coming from your background, where do you think there is room for more creativity still in the cabin, and where do you think we will see such creativity maybe in the next years?
Well, there's a lot of possibilities we see at the moment. If you look at how many concepts are developed at the moment in collaboration with many clients, for instance, the hybrid interior is there's much interest for that, so that you have interiors where you can sleep, walk, sit, because variation of posture is very important for comfort. You see that there is interest in that, but also for sustainability. You see there's a lot of interest at the moment. So not only making it lightweight, but also using materials which can be degraded very easily. So we can be reused or can be dismantled very easily. And also what you see is that we're working a lot on aircraft that are carbon neutral, and that also has a lot of attention. And there are also a lot of possibilities in the interior then, because if you make new interiors, there are also new opportunities for new types of seats, flat beds for economy class prices, or changeable interiors, or interiors where people can take different seats. Like they book the first 6 hours this seat and the last 6 hours that seat. So that's also an opportunity, I think. So there are many things happening at the moment, and many possibilities still.
I think this flexibility in terms of seats you just talked about is something we have seen also with the Crystal Cabinet Awards in past seasons. The concept of onboard zones, where you go to a different zone depending on which activity or which part of the flight you want to work on or sleep. And this is a question probably to all of you, when we look at the actual flying product, is this something we could really see in the future, or do you think these ideas are just challenging to implement and we will probably stick more with the conservative layouts of passenger accommodation?
I'll jump in on that one. I think that flexibility in the zones and understanding the full cabin layouts and how they can be fully optimized is going to be really important in the future. One of the Crystal Cabin Award winning ideas 2 years ago was the MFlex monument, which is a monument that can be a crew workstation or it can be a bar, taking up space in a portion of the aircraft that isn't used for seating right in front of the exit door during cruise. And I think so being able to pivot and use that for multiple types of space, or like a crew area or a passenger area, I think offers customers a lot of flexibility. The big challenge is to make sure that we don't sacrifice passenger seating. We don't sacrifice the too much of the number of passengers that we can actually fly on the plane. So I think thinking up different optimization ideas within the entire cabin is going to be leading to more opportunities like this in the future.
Ingo, can you confirm this challenge of how to not sacrifice passenger seating and still being creative?
I think we are driving innovation always under a clear guideline. That means we need to keep the comfort standard and the comfort experience for the passengers. And that's why we optimize on a lot of monuments. So we definitely we can confirm that if you optimize monument layouts, you need flexibility. So you need flexibility to create unique solutions for customers, individual solutions, or for different sections and different destinations that you want to be flexible, or for different years of the time, that are time of the year, where you have regional optimums to serve. So flexibility is key. The question is only how to deliver that in a robust way and in a lightweight way, because it needs to be lightweight to be sustainable on the long run. And I think that is the challenge for those solutions. Provide flexibility for operations and for customer customizations, but stay light and robust.
Okay, thank you very much. And another point that has been heavily discussed in the segment is the unbundling of products. It adds to this, not only on the hardware side, but also on the software side, where, for example, you book a business class seat, but without the lounge, for example. Do you think this is a general trend in aviation that will only continue after the pandemic? Or would you say this is only a side topic and not part of the core discussion?
Maybe I can continue on that one as well, Lucas. So what we have seen in the last years is this unbundling happened for quite a while. And yes, it is also continuing after the pandemic. And what we see is, especially on baggage, that also legacy carriers start to decouple that and take off that to be listed high in terms of the ticket prices. But we also see the repackaging is happening. So you unbundle, but after that you repackage. And for instance, branded fares. They create special tariffs that include a certain elements for the passengers. The question is also, as you just said, is this continuing also now in business class with the lounges or services that you decoupled from the fares itself? But I think that is a trend that is still ongoing.
Peter, can you add from your side, where do you think there is still a potential for unbundling to happen in the future, which we might not already see today?
Yeah. I see that many companies come to us and ask for the more hybrid interior. That means that you have an interior which has much possibility, so that you, as a client, really can choose within the airplane still what kind of seat or what kind of sleeping facility you want to have. So that means you don't have only an economy and a business class, but you also have something in between, and maybe even possibilities. Some have a screen extra, or some have screens to separate yourself from the neighbor. So there are many innovations coming up, and there is interest in how to do this. I don't think it will be flying tomorrow, but in the long term, I think we will see that.
Okay, maybe coming from the longer term back to the shorter term, and a trend we have already seen in the past years was the rise of the premium economy class, a fairly new class product, and a class that a growing number of airlines are offering. What do you think will be the role of this class as long-haul traffic comes back? Will we see a significant gain once again in importance, as maybe more passengers look to have more personal space, having gotten used to more distancing? Or what do you think about the premium economy product?
The premium economy product is a very wide range. Sometimes it's only a few centimeters more legroom or a little bit more recline, but it could also be a complete other chair where you even can go far backwards and have support under your legs and have much more facilities. So I think it's a wide range of several options, and I still think the premium economy class has grown. So I think still that there is a possibility that will continue to be there in the coming years.
Maybe to add from my side, Peter, that we clearly have a definition for premium economy, which is more than only a pitch increase. So true economy has a real separate seat product. It has a different IFE service and clearly more comfort available for the seating. So that means for that true premium economy, yeah, and I see we saw a really continuous growth in the past. So we started with 12 carriers in 2010. And today we have about 69 airlines having a true premium economy on board. And I think it's attractive for an airline because I think it creates quite a good revenue per cabin square meter, but as well for the passenger because it fills the gap between a business product and an economy product. That's what also leisure people or business people, both are willing to invest in for that additional comfort. So today we see about 12% on average of the seat count in premium economy. And I think that might grow in the future even more. And we also see it coming up in single aisle, yeah, where we have started with one class configurations. Now we're up to 3, offering as well premium economy. Yeah, as I would say, it's clearly a future potential for premium economy.
Bridget, how do you define premium economy at Collins Aerospace, and how do you see the development of this class?
I agree with both Peter and Ingo. It will be here, and it can be quite a range of different products. And the challenge is to make sure that there's a clear differentiation of the value between the different classes, and that opportunities to provide products in those different classes don't cannibalize the business class or maybe first class, but support the the stretch that Ingo talked about between leisure travelers and business class travelers. So I think that's the real challenge, is to make sure that it's clear what the value proposition is for these different classes to support the airlines that are seeking to support a variety of the customer needs. So I believe that's really going to be the biggest challenge as we continue to move into seeing even more premium economy cabins.
Do you feel this could be a real disadvantage to the traditional business class? I think this is what some corporate travelers moved to after the financial crisis, 2008, 2009. They downsized their travel budget and went out of the business class to the next lower class. Or do you think it will be different this time, because people will probably, when they travel long haul, look to especially have some more space, some more luxury as they go on trips again after such a long time? How do you feel this will develop?
I think there still will be a need for flatbeds, so people who want to sleep in a flatbed. So I think the business class need is still there, especially for long haul flights. I think there will still be a segment available and needed also for passengers who like that.
I would fully agree to that, and for me, it's more an upgrading opportunity than a downgrading option.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Okay, wonderful. That's great feedback. So the final question from our side before we continue to the innovations of the year here at the Crystal Cabin Award is that looking back at the past years and at passenger experience, which innovation in the aircraft cabin did you see as particularly trend-setting? Do you have anything in mind that we haven't discussed here yet today?
I like the idea that you use the vertical space as well. And there were several proposals for that, also in this situation where Toyota Bashoko was using that, but also in previous situation. I think it's still not there, but I think there will be a moment then that the vertical space will be used and the airplanes will be flying using that.
I'm in engineering, so I like some of the under the hood ideas that take advantage of modularity and reuse, but also connect the entire traveler experience. So we saw some ideas that stretch into the catering experience and stretch into the airport experience. And I think that's really exciting to see that full chain come together.
Fully agree, Bridget, and I would go in the same direction. Actually, digitalization, I think that is a big wave that we have just started to surf on. It is really about IoT on board. It could be ending up in a lot more personalized services. So it really brings a value to passengers, but also opportunities for ancillary revenues and cost saving for the airline side.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for the insights, and we will continue with this digital ceremony. It was great to have you here with us today. If we can't meet in person, at least tuned in from around the world. Hope to see you soon again in person here in Hamburg. But thank you so much for being part of this tonight. And we will move on to the particularly trend-setting concepts of this year in aircraft interiors, the 2021 finalists of the Crystal Cabin Awards. Once again, we only have 2 special categories this year, reflecting on the past 1.5 years in this industry and its dominating topics, clean and safe air travel, as well as we have the Judges' Choice Award. Over to you, Julia.
Thanks also from my side to our panel speakers for joining us in our little digital Crystal Cabin Award studio today and for the interesting discussion. As the finalists for the Crystal Cabin Awards special category Clean and Safe Air Travel are already entering the Zoom room, I think, let me introduce to you the next group of judges who had, once again, a very hard decision to make. Dr. Dirk Hickman, CEO Engineering at Office Dirk Hickman. Susanna Rinkova, Vice President Marketing at ATR. Michael Kay, Vice President Technical Operations, Austrian Airlines. Mary Kirby, Founder, Editor and Publisher of Runway Girl Network. Wolf-Dieter Kuhnler, Vice President R&T and Innovation, Deal Aerospace. Dr. Joe Leader, CEO of the Airline Passenger Experience Association, APEX. Jung Han, Vice President Product Innovation at Singapore Airlines. Nicolas Pinel, Senior Advisor to the CEO of Acro Seating. And Bernhard Randerath, CEO and Chairman of the German Emirati Institute and the Aviation AM Center. And now it is my distinguished honor to introduce the first category, Clean and Safe Air Travel. You might wonder, 2 categories, is that all? Well, in the view of the global COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on global air travel, the 2 special categories were created as a response to the current state of the industry, while the 8 main Crystal Cabin Award categories pause until we meet again next year at the Live Aircraft Interiors Expo in Hamburg. The special categories were developed by a task force of the Crystal Cabin Award Association in collaboration with members of the expert jury spread over 4 continents. The first category, Clean and Safe Air Travel, was open to all onboard innovations focusing on hygiene and safety standards for passengers and crew. Entries had to be implementable within 2 years, and the submitted concepts were all not be more than 1 year old. Also, the task force decided to expand the group of the finalists per category from 3 to 5 potential winners. So let's take a look which finalists gave the judging panel a good feeling on reboarding an aircraft.
Touchless features in the cabin have received a real boost since the onset of COVID-19. U.S. company Rosen Aviation has developed its holographic controller so that even cabin crew members don't have to touch surfaces. With this futuristic control panel, functions in the galley, for example, can be activated and operated using infrared and motion sensors, eliminating the need for buttons. Beacon sets new expectations for a visually clean and safe laboratory experience. Beacon combines dual-access sanitize and refresh facilities together with biocidal materials and technologies. The clean by design approach blurs the boundary between cabin and lavatory, having the facilities on hand that allow users to satisfy their own individual levels of hygiene, not only within the lavatory, but as they share space with others and move throughout the cabin. MGR SafeWall is an aircraft cabin antimicrobial protection system developed by MGR Foamtex. The invisible protective shield is the first aviation product to complete a unique laboratory test program, including effectiveness against SARS-CoV-2, eliminating the virus load on surfaces hard or soft alike by 85% within just a quarter of an hour and up to 99.9% within 2 hours. MGR SafeWall has excellent flammability characteristics, is simple to apply, highly resistant to wear, abrasion, and all types of cleaning processes. The Clean Air Cabin Air Decontamination System destroys pathogens and pollutants down to the size of atoms, including viruses, VOCs, bacteria, mold, and allergens. The system relies on an innovative patented electrode design, which features an array of thousands of ionizing microelectrodes that operate without producing harmful substances, such as ozone or nitrogen oxide as a byproduct. The filter is able to destroy pollutants 1,000 times smaller than the standard filters must meet to qualify as HEPA. The technology was originally developed in partnership with medical professionals and has now been adapted for application in commercial aircraft. Collins Lilac UV excimer lamp technology enables safe and effective cabin surface disinfection during and between flights. During in-flight operation, the system performs a disinfection cycle row by row with the ability to quickly disinfect large areas if manually triggered by the crew or passenger. Surface disinfection rate ranges from seconds to minutes depending on pathogen, with ability to increase frequency around a high-risk passenger. Integrated occupancy sensing and IFE interfaces enable smart operation. The flight attendant panel monitors exposure for safety and lamp life for optimal performance, and can trigger rapid area disinfection using stored power.
Now let's meet the people behind these exciting concepts. Welcome everyone. Hello. Nice to have you here in our studio. And welcome to Carsten Laufs, Senior Vice President Product Innovation and Digitalization at Diehl Aviation, who represents this category as our gold sponsor. Thanks for supporting the Crystal Cabin Award, and moin moin to the ZRL Tech Center in Hamburg, where the Research and Development Department for Diehl's cabin interiors is located.
I'm Carsten Laufs, representing Product Innovation for Diehl Aviation, a reliable supporter and sponsor of the Crystal Cabin Award. Today I'm at the Center for Applied Aerospace Research, the ZRL in Hamburg, a well-established center for innovation to serve the aircraft industry worldwide. The ZRL is one of the places where you can feel the spirit of collaboration for future innovative product solutions. It is my pleasure now to spend a few words to the special category, clean and safe air travel. As innovators for cabin solutions, we all share one common motivation. We contribute to a more safe, sustainable and clean future of flying. This has become even more important facing the challenges of the COVID crisis. I am personally involved in several product development initiatives for touchless and hygienic solutions. Therefore, I strongly believe that we will see quite a few products resulting out of the excellent research and development work which is performed by the teams who have submitted their ideas for the category Clean and Safe Air Travel, meeting the heartbeat of a current trend to regain confidence in passenger well-being on board of our aircraft. All the submissions qualified to be in the finals for this category. Nevertheless, a decision had to be taken. And now I'm delighted to finally announce that the Crystal Cabin Award in the category Clean and Safe Air Travel goes to Safran Cabin for Beacon Clean Lavatory. Congratulations to the team and best of luck for a further successful journey with this product concept.
Congratulations, Safran Cabin. The stage is yours, Ian. Hello, how do you feel?
Oh, that's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Such an amazing way to start the day. Thank you very much indeed. I just want to call out a few thank yous here. Massive thank you to the Beacon design team led by Mike Romero, who's also on the line here, and to our Safran Cabin Innovation mock-up and prototype team who supported the development all the way through. Amazing jobs, guys. And also a huge call out to our research and technology team who have been tirelessly working on the technologies and the antimicrobial materials in the background to make sure that all of this comes to fruition and gives us a safer, healthier future with elevated levels of experience for our passengers. I really couldn't be happier, guys. Thank you so much. That's an amazing start. Super. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ian. This goes out to you and your team. We'll send to you. And yeah, that was Clean, Safe and Air Travel. Clean and Safe Air Travel, sorry. And we'll proceed to Lucas and the Judges' Choice Award. But first, let's finish our introduction round of the judging panel, whilst keeping in mind that all of these highly qualified men and women take a look at every single application before discussing and deciding in our, 2021 again, virtual rounds in their personal time and through different time zones. Their dedication for aircraft interiors is remarkable and highly appreciated. Vielen Dank to our chairwoman of the judging panel, Melissa Rodebor, General Manager, Aircraft Experience at Delta Airlines, Jeff Roberts, Director, Cabin and Features Product Strategy and Future Airplane Development, Boeing Commercial Airplanes, Rolf-Dieter Säge, Aviation Consultant, Bridget Sheriff, Vice President Engineering and Technology in Interiors at Collins Aerospace, Sébastien Sévignon, Director Innovation Projects at Safran Cabin, Corinne Strykert, Founder and CEO of Effective, Paul Sweeney, Program Manager Aircraft Design and Projects at Qantas Airways, Professor Peter Fink, Professor at the Faculty of Industrial Design Engineering at the Delft University of Technology, and Ingo Wugitzer, Vice President Cabin Marketing at Airbus.
Thank you, Julia. And this season has been dominated by the discussion around clean and safe air travel. You all know this, but nevertheless, there has still been a lot of aircraft interior innovation elsewhere, and these should be honored as well, which is why we installed the Judges' Choice Award as the second special category of this Crystal Cabin Award year. We received dozens of submissions from all over the world and from all segments of passenger experience for this, and it was a tough choice for the judging panel to pick their favorites here. You can see some of the bandwidth comprised in this category in our overview of the finalists.
The cloud capsule concept makes flying in economy more enjoyable with private overhead berths with beds, creating revenue opportunities for airlines without affecting seating capacity. The capsules are accessed via lightweight, sturdy ladders that deploy only when handles with sensors are gripped, and the private space inside features a wireless charging table and TV. Positively Economy features 3 economy classes within one cabin space, offering greater privacy and positive economy flight experience. 2 classes of premium economy seats are arranged in alternating herringbone directions, creating private spaces and aisle access to all. The middle aisle enjoys the service of autonomous meal serving. in order to increase the sense of privacy and dignity of passengers with reduced mobility and travel comfort in general. FACC has developed a new lavatory for single-aisle aircraft. Lab for All is 100% barrier-free, retrofittable from the Airbus A320 up to wide-body jets, has antimicrobial surfaces, touchless features, and allows easier entry with the same external dimensions. Interspaced by Safran Seats in cooperation with Universal Movement is a full-length padded lateral wing which gives passengers greater support and privacy. It folds out from the seat back and can be easily deployed by the passenger when desired. Simple and cost-effective, the assembly respects the seatback envelope and certification weights and can be installed both on new and in operation seats with limited certification efforts. The Maverick project offers a glimpse of a new cabin experience. The heart of this vision lies in an artificial intelligence that generates a personalized, interactive cabin experience with seamless technology, a futuristic aesthetic, luxurious comfort and convenience, creating an ambiance far superior to any other. The user experience is the focal point, with particular emphasis on the interface between passenger and technology, creating an intelligent environment that not only learns, but predicts.
And now we have the whole world tuned in on our Zoom call with finalists stretching all the way from Japan to the US. Hello everyone, and good to see you. It's a wonderful screen here with so many faces from around the world, and I think we have seen the video with all your fantastic concepts, and it is time to lift the veil. And since this is the Judges' Choice Award, the laudation for this special category will come from the chairwoman of the Crystal Cabin Awards judging panel, who is Melissa Rodebaugh from Delta Airlines.
Hey there, I am Melissa Rodebaugh. I work for Delta Airlines, but I have the honor of being the chairwoman of the Crystal Cabin Awards, and I am going to present the Judges' Choice Awards this year. The Judges' Choice Award is a new award we created this year. We wanted to definitely focus on safety and health because of COVID and highlight all those ideas, but we also did not want to forget about the other innovative ideas that came through this year, so therefore we created the Judges' Choice Award. We had some great entries this year. We had Cloud CAPSULE, which is overhead bunks and private main cabin seats within the aircraft. We had a combined cabin classes all within the same cabin. We had a seat privacy panel on an economy seat. We had a PAX with reduced mobility lav. We had a whole innovative entire cabin with OLED and touchless panels. So we had some great entries this year. But I would like to announce the winner this year. The Crystal Cabin Award in the category Judges' Choice Award goes to Safran Seats in cooperation with Universal Movement for Inner Space. Congratulations, great job, well done. We are very happy to present you with this award. Thanks.
Wow, thank you, Melissa, and congratulations, Safran, on a home run today at the Crystal Cabin Awards 2021. Congratulations, guys. Do you want to jump on the stage and say a couple of words?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
I can start, and I know Jean-Christophe will add, but it's absolutely wonderful to be acknowledged with this award. It's been a long time in the making, a lot of investment, a lot of sweat, and really very much appreciated. And thank you for the judging panel for acknowledging it. JC?
Yeah. Clearly, I think it's really for Safran Seats and Universal Movement a real honor and a real pleasure to see those efforts being recognized. Interspace is now ready, and we are really thrilled to receive this award at a time where we are now starting to offer the solution to airlines. That's really perfect timing, and yeah, thank you for that.
Congratulations once again, and congratulations to all finalists. I think it was an amazing setup for this category. And since we have two of you from Safran in the call here today, you will have to throw the dice on where to mail this one here next. But I think this is a luxury problem. But yeah, truly, it's a special turnout for a special season. But let me tell you, actually, I'm old enough to remember the days when we had a Safran finalist in all main categories of the Crystal Cabin Awards at once, and they did not win a single trophy. And I think they didn't speak to me for, I don't know, many, many months. So what does it mean for the awards? It stays dynamic, it stays full of surprises, and it stays an ongoing race for these white trophies. And with the next round, the race will be on once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Crystal Cabin Award ceremony. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, and let us say it all again. All of this would not be possible without the industry support we are seeing. Passenger experience matters, and therefore we are grateful for our sponsors who say the Crystal Cabin Award matters, making this initiative possible in the first place. Here they are again. Our platinum sponsor for this season is Etihad Aviation Group. Our gold sponsors are Airbus, Avic Cabin Systems, the Boeing Company, Collins Aerospace, and Deal Aviation. Our silver sponsors, Ameco, ATR, Jetliner Cabins, Simona Boltarone, and TSI Seats. Our Crystal Cabin Award show partner, Aircraft Interiors Expo. And let's not forget our media partners who also spread the word: Aircraft Cabin Management, Aircraft Interiors International, Apex, Flight Chic, Flight Global, Future Travel Experience, In-Flight, and Runway Girl Network. Thank you. And thank you also to the entire rest of the team at Hamburg Aviation, who are part of the project office of these awards. And specifically, I'd like to mention Maike Klint, who has headed this entire technical coordination of the event today, and Jette Koch, who has been in charge of communications with the finalists for the last 2 months. And thank you also to the outstanding team of Hamburg 1, the TV station that has hosted us today. And we've always felt very welcome here.
Yes, thanks a lot. And as much as we like our television studio here, we hope to see you all back in person again at the next Crystal Cabin Awards in Hamburg in June 2022, along with the Aircraft Interiors Expo. We will start the submission period for the upcoming season in October, again with our main categories. So please keep an eye on our newsletter, and don't forget to follow the Crystal Cabin Award LinkedIn channel so you don't miss the starting gun to submit your ideas.
Yeah, that was the Crystal Cabin Award ceremony of 2021. We wish you all the best, and most of all, stay healthy, because we want to see you here in Hamburg next year. Auf Wiedersehen from the north of Germany. Bye-bye.
What makes Hamburg, Hamburg? This has always been a place for setting off on journeys. By air too, from the earliest days of commercial flight. And in this field, we have never stopped growing, just getting bigger and bigger. As one of the world's most important aviation sites, we now face our greatest challenge yet. We have to re-examine everything. How can we move on? We're setting off on a journey once more, together, off the beaten track. We are reimagining aviation, centered even more than before on people. We want to share our expertise and develop it even further. We want to soar, help invent zero-emission air travel, and contribute to new solutions for society. We are taking off with our experience, with our infrastructure, with our minds, and with our ideas. But we wouldn't be Hamburg if we did this alone, because this journey concerns us all. Hamburg is boarding.